Hello, hello, it's Kevin here. Well, it's been a while since video. I'm sorry about that, but as always, I'm pretty busy with work for italki, and of course, Kev's Kitchen, my cookery blog on Facebook, Kev's in the Kitchen. Link below, go and check it out if you really like it. So, as you know, we've been doing these 101 introductions, all the new topics. We started doing Cambridge 19 ever since that came out. So this is from Cambridge 19. I think it's from test number 2, I think. And what we're doing now, because we wanted to make it a bit more interesting, do something new. So apart from the 5 introductions I'm correcting, one of them submitted a complete essay for assessment. So we'll take a look at that. So what's the topic? The working week should be shorter and workers should have a longer weekend. Do you agree or disagree? Well, there's a bit of paraphrasing there, how you can change that. Working week, working days per week, extending the weekend, etc. We'll take a look at my essay first. That's the thesis, that's the introduction, but we'll take a look at the whole essay first, and then we'll see. So it has been argued that reducing the number of working days per week while extending the weekend would be beneficial. In my opinion, this shift would undoubtedly boost productivity, improve employees' physical and mental well-being, and foster a more balanced and fulfilled workforce. So it's obvious that I agree with that. So, firstly, despite seeming counterintuitive, I should put a hyphen there, a shorter work week is closely linked to higher productivity. I won't read it all out, but with only 4 days to work, you have to do your work in 4 days, more efficiency. I've got an example. OECD, countries like France and the Netherlands, highest productivity. So I say, yeah, this benefits employers, maximizing output, etc. So you can see how I've worked this essay out. So first time looking at it from the viewpoint of the employer. Why, although it seems counterintuitive, is a shorter work week, as in only 4 days instead of 5, not shorter working day? That's important, as we will see in a while. A shorter work week, productivity. Essentially, my argument is that because people know that they've got to get all their work done in 4 days, they get on with doing some real work in those 4 days. So then they've got a 3-day weekend. So, the second one, why is it good for the employee? Another compelling reason is the substantial improvement it brings to employees' mental health. Longer weekends, individuals to spend more time, personal activities. In Sweden, reduced stress levels, etc. So yeah, I'm not talking about shorter work days, but it's basically the same thing. Work, so it could be working 4 days, or it could be working the same days but shorter days. So I would probably talk about, you could talk about both. I would probably talk about 4 days instead of 3 days, but that's a real example though. Shorter working days have got more time to do whatever they want to do, etc. Okay, the benefits of a shorter work week combined with extended weekends are twofold. Okay, 287 words, so not too bad. I've got it all in there. Okay, so we've got our 5 introductions here. It's argued that a work week should be reduced, longer week. That is very good. As you'll see, that's the essay. That's the author of the essay we're going to have a look at. Now, this next one's good, but you don't really need this sentence. There's no doubt that working is the main incentive. Or now, is it an incentive? Because an incentive means to make you want to do something. So it's not maybe the main driver or driving force of economic growth. But again, we don't really need that for your introductory sentence. You can put that as a lead into paragraph 2, say. However, dispute, again, it doesn't really say that. Doesn't really say that. All that you really need is just restate the topic, answer the question. So, you don't really, that's like, is it really? Okay. In my opinion, and then we've got the killer, the waste of words. In this essay, I will give my reasons, and in this essay, I will waste of words. Right? So we don't really need those 2 sentences there, and we certainly don't need that last phrase there. All that you've got to do, just keep it simple. Answer the question, and tell us what you're going to tell us. Outline sentence. So it's starting to shorten the working days. Is it working days or working week? So is it like working week, less week, or shorten the amount of time in the whole week? Okay. Which leads to extension. What? The extension or an extension? Or which would lead, because it's not happened yet, So it says which would lead. Okay. To me, although it may end up less, or it may end up although it may, or to what is it? What does the pronoun it refer to? Although it may mean less production and services, it is likely to enhance efficiency. Okay, so I just change that bit there. Okay, although it may lead to less production. It has been told. Been told by whom? Who has told you this? That's for providing. Again, that's not quite the same thing. It has been told for providing. Again, that's not really the wording, is it? The wording is the working week should be shorter. So that it's normative, essentially, that which it would be good, but it's not happened yet. So it should be in the future. Hypothetically, should have a longer weekend. Okay, which would lead to the extension of days off. So, cutting off the active times of daily work, you mean reducing? Because if you cut something off, that's not the same as reducing it. Okay, so you need to watch your synonyms, watch your paraphrasing here. Or shortening the work week or working week, decrease the productivity. Well, decrease the production of the product. Well, yeah, because that's why it's called a product. Okay, we'll increase efficiency of the work, of work in general, of the work for the product. Result of production, personalized works. But right, so that's a bit of a long, bit overly complicated sentence. It's not as clever as it could be. Just keep it short and simple. It has been said that there should be a reduction working the employees to allow fulfill. To allow who to fulfill? To allow them to fulfill, or to allow them to have longer weekends. Can't really use that. Strongly agree. Better work-life balance. It also significantly influences work efficiency and productivity. So not too bad. Just one or two things, like to allow them to enjoy or be fulfilled by. How can you fulfill a longer weekend? So just one or two little things there. Now, we'll take a look at this essay. So I'm going to get the criteria out in a second, and we'll take a look. But the first thing that I want to note is only 253 words. A little bit short. Now, I know it says at least 250 words, but if you look at most sample essays from all the top teachers, they're usually about 280, 290, 300. They're not 253. 253 is pretty basic essay. You might not be able to properly develop your arguments with 253 words. So aiming for 300 or just under. That's only about 12 sentences, 12, 13, maybe 14 sentences. So I'll get the criteria out and we'll cut back and we'll check out this essay. Okay, so here we are. here's the criteria. I'll put my disclaimer. I should have put that at the start. I'll put it at the beginning if you're watching it on YouTube in the description box. Anyway, so this official materials, but non-profit, etc. Actually, I'll put it up now, just before I get into it. Okay, there we go. Disclaimer, Copyright Act, fair use, teaching. Okay, so don't be trying to sue me for any copyright capers. Okay, right, so got the criteria. So what the examiners do, right, they count the words, then they do task, response, cohesion, coherence, lexis, and grammar, add up your 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, divide by 4, that's it. Then of course you've got your part 1 score as well. Okay, so let's have a look. First things first, we've got the word count. Does it answer the question? Task, response. Let's take a look. Okay, that's increasingly tough, shortening the work week. Now I wouldn't be changed like this because we've got, right, look, you've got change it to working week or days in the week or something, but we've used work week quite a few times here. Have I missed any? Now, you have to use it, but, working week, hours worked per week, days worked per week, or whatever. But we've got a little bit of overuse here of work week. Okay, so have we got anything else? That's it. Okay, so put some changes on. In today's world, increasingly tough. What's answers? And the following activities they are liking. You mean they like or that they like? Efficient time improves stress levels, improve mental health, leading to a more productive and happier workforce. Okay. Companies in countries like Sweden have experimented. Companies have experimented. 6-hour work day. Okay, so here talking about 6-hour work day. Okay, but again, when you're talking about work week, are you talking about there's only 4? Because if you've got a 6-hour work day and you're still working 5 days, that's not a longer weekend, right? So if that's what you mean, you're going to have to say what you mean. So is it 4-day week or 5 days with 6 hours every day? Because that's not going to make a longer weekend. Anyway, so this is about employees. Why is it good for employees? More time off to rest, reduce stress, making them more productive, better work performance. Okay, now we need to be careful because this initial time off can reduce mental health and be productive. Okay, so that's okay, so that's basically saying the same thing. So cohesion and coherence, because you basically said the same thing there. Health, more productive, increase support. Okay, additionally, a longer weekend. Now, right. Now, okay, a longer weekend. So, what we've got here, we've basically got exactly the same arguments, but from this side, it's shortening the work week. And on this side, it's having a longer weekend, which is essentially the same thing. So, right, by shortening the work week, employees would have more time to rest. Okay, this additional time off. Okay, a longer weekend allows employees more time. So this is the same, right? But physical health. Now, the only difference here is that here you're talking about it's mental health. And here, it's physical health. But you also talk about, it gives them more time for exercise, hobbies, and personal development, right? So, hobbies, activities that they like, personal. So it's slightly different, but only slightly. If you see, okay, it's pretty much the same arguments. Bigger levels of creativity, innovation in the workforce, more productive. So we've got creativity and productivity are not the same, but still it's pretty similar. Significant increase in productivity. Well, you've already said that once. So here you say a shorter working week makes you more productive. Here, a longer weekend, the same thing, makes you more productive. So if you see what I'm saying here, that it's basically the same arguments. Working less makes you happier and healthier and more productive. That's what you've essentially said, right? Working less makes you happier, healthier, and more productive. So essentially, that's what they say, but they say it twice in 2 paragraphs. Because, if we look at it, increase in productivity, better work performance, presumably increasing in productivity, more productive. Okay, what else have we got? That's the same. So in that one, it's mental health. In this one, it's physical health. Bigger levels of creativity and innovation. Here, it's productivity, not creativity. But you could argue it's like pretty similar stuff. So this essay is good, but I would try and have to. So right, as I did. If you look at mine, I did. This was why it was good for employers. And this paragraph, why it was good for employees. Okay? Now, I think that works better because it's avoiding tautology, repetition. Essentially, with very minor changes, creativity is not productivity. Okay, physical health is not mental health. Well, it's not really, but still, it's, pretty similar. So, to make it better, I would try and offer a more distinct distinction between the two. With employees, okay, more productive. Okay, so here you say better work performance, beneficial not only for employees but for the companies. Oh, in conclusion, reducing work weeks and weekends to better work-life balance, improve well-being, positive steps. And then in the conclusion, you've got that and that. And then you say the same thing again. Enhancing productivity, potential benefits, employee satisfaction, improved well-being for employees. So it's pretty similar. It's nearly identical. Nearly identical. Well, let's see what the criteria says. All parts of the prompt. Okay. Now, it comes down to this. Ideas, right? How well do your ideas support your argument? Overly general? Well, when you've got the same idea in both paragraphs, but very slightly different, very slightly. But they're not too bad. They are clear, but I would probably give it 7 for that reason. Because it is. You've got the same thing, essentially. And if you look at cohesion and coherence, it can be followed effortlessly, but clear central topic, which is developed, but it's kind of very similar. So it's, a tricky one to score. Repetition, repetitive, lack of overall progression. Now, what progression means is that this sentence leads to a different sentence, leads to another sentence, leads to something else. It's not kind of like we've got here in this essay where it's kind of going round and round. It's kind of like self-reinforcing. It's saying the same thing more or less with very slight online differences. However, I would give it 7 for this. also. If you could have a clearer separation of ideas, you would certainly get a higher score. Vocab, grammar is very good. Grammar is very good. I give that 8. Error-free, almost all error-free. Good range of structure. The only thing about the vocabulary, which is why I would give it 7. There's some uncommon items, but there's quite a lot of repetition also. Work week, work week, work week, work week, work week. You know, I've got potential benefits, enhancing productivity, positive step, improved well-being, beneficial, implement, you know, job satisfaction. There's some good collocations here. There's some very good grammar here. Sorry, very good vocabulary here. So I'm not sure. Would that be 7? Would that be 8? Okay, so I'll tell you what I will do. I'll give it 7, 7, 7, and I'll give it 8. Okay, so let me see. So that's what, 7, 7, 14, 21, 29. So let's get the calculator out because I'm a bit shit at maths. 29 divided by 4. Let's see what we've got. 29 divided by 4. 7.25. They round it up, so it's say 7.5. Okay, so 7.5. That's pretty good. You could get a higher score, varying your vocab, right? Work week, 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 week. Change that, and watching these ideas. You know, that's the key part: the task, response. How you can get some higher scores if you can have some good, relevant, fully extended ideas. So have some clear distinction. You know, it's very similar: physical health, mental health, but both say improved productivity. Both say that you've got more time to spend. You just spend it on different things, you know. So you really need to work on that one. Okay, I'll just put my example so you can see why I think mine would get a better score, because I develop it a little bit more, and 2, I've got employers. Why is it good for them? High productivity, talk about that. And then I've got why it's good for employees. So a slightly different approach there. So I'll just leave that there for you to have a look at. Okay, right, hope that helps. So next video is going to be, I think, Cambridge 19 test number 3. We'll get on with that. If you're watching on Telegram in our channel, IELTS 9 Pro, I don't need to explain it, so you know what the score is. If you're watching on YouTube, links below. You can come and join the group if you like, and maybe I'll be analysing your writing as well. So excellent. So I'll see you soon. See you next time. Bye for now.